I don't know about you, but when it's July and I'm thinking about the upcoming holidays, I'm usually thinking about joy, fun, jingle bells, singing, gathering with loved ones. And now here I am, 1 week away from Christmas, and I'm actually feeling tired, frazzled, overstimulated, overwhelmed, and honestly just plain done with the holidays before they're even technically started. Just me? How about you? Let me say this clearly. It's not a personal failure. I'm not taking it personally. It's not laziness. It's not poor planning. It's not everyone else seems to manage what's wrong with me. Just a reminder. Hallmark movies are not real. Norman Rockwell paintings, the ones with the family all around the beautiful turkey. Yeah, those aren't real either. The holidays do pile on massive changes, all set in a small window of time. And frankly, most people I know struggle this time of year. Some of them just hide it better than others. And now, add on the double challenge, ADHD, which means executive dysfunction, time blindness, rejection sensitivity, emotional intensity, and being single. And even if you're happily single like me, this is a time when families are celebrated, couples are celebrated, togetherness is celebrated. People tend to think about your dating life as if it's their community service project, and you're juggling everything by yourself. Now, this isn't a logistics episode. I've already done those. Check out episodes 22 and 24. Today, we're going to talk about the psychological, the sensory, the emotional nervous system, and all the things we have to deal with before the holidays have even begun. And as we're looking forward to January, this is going to be part of my new upcoming series. It's the A in ASAP, access. Because right now, our brains don't have enough backup systems. So let's dig in. Hey friends, welcome back to A Solo Person's Guide to ADHD. I'm Christine Dunning, a master certified life coach and proud owner of the only ADHD brain that starts shutting down at the first jingle of Jingle Bell Rock. Okay, actually that's not true, because I'm a professional musician as well. I've already had 5 concerts this year, and yes, they were all in the same week. And I still have 3 more to go. It's a miracle I have any holiday spirit left at all. So let's start by talking about the single load. When you're single, or solo, the word I like, the holidays are like producing a Broadway show with a cast of 1, but also a crew of 1. You're the director, the set builder, the stage manager, the props department, the lighting tech, the costume team, the usher, and even the audience. And if you've ever directed a show, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You're carrying all the tasks: planning, grocery runs, holiday meals, travel logistics, gift lists, scheduling tasks that have to be done this time of year. And our ADHD brains spend more energy on every step because those aren't always things we do as well as others. It's just the way it works. And here's another thing. The financial end of this. Holiday gift giving, it's a group project for a lot of families. If you give gifts with other people, if they're a couple, they buy you 1 gift. If they're a family, they buy you 1 gift. But we buy gifts for all of them. So you buy for your brother, his wife, their 4 children, and in exchange you get, a nice candle. And the math just doesn't math. So you are shouldering the mental load, the emotional load, and a bigger financial load because of that. So we're going to talk about solutions too as we go through this today. A couple of easy things. Set some gift rules for yourself. Only buy for the kids. Everybody gets the same kind of gift and it's going to be under $15. Or say, I'm here and that's your gift. Maybe I'll bring a plate of cookies. It's not being stingy. It's being fair to your budget. You have a smaller amount of money to pull from usually. So, and again, this is where that ASAP access begins. You're not just a support person, you need to build a support web to help you. Next thing, let's talk about sensory overload. Our nervous systems get so exhausted this time of year. Flashing lights, loud stores, crowded aisles, strong scents, those really bother me. Constant music, people everywhere, traffic is insane. Try to find a parking spot sometimes when you need to get a couple of things. And don't even get me started on the post office. I have to go sometime in the next couple of days. It's not even holiday related, but I have to take something in, and I so don't want to. Our ADHD brains don't filter input very well. And so we get full sensory blasts every time. And so when you talk to people and they're like, hey, let's go shopping. Let's go to Target today on December 20th. And yeah, inside I'm thinking, oh, great. It's an obstacle course disguised as a shopping trip. So, a couple of ideas. Try to shop early in the morning or late in the evening. If there's a place that's open 24 hours, my sister used to go Christmas shopping when her kids were little. She often did it at Walmart, and she went at like 2 in the morning because she could get through the store lickety-split at that hour. It was a 24-hour Walmart. So wear earplugs or headphones or noise dampening earbuds. There's those great loop earbuds that allow you to hear things but filter things out. I don't have any of those yet. I'm really thinking about it. Set yourself a time limit for certain things. Do online and curbside shopping. It really counts, and it's so much easier. I know one of the things I'm going to be looking at for that package I have to send out, I'm going to look to see if I can buy the postage online, and then when I go to the post office, all I have to do is drop it in the to-go bin, and I can walk back out. Don't have to wait in line. It's really great. I'm not sure if I can do that with this package. It's what I'm going to do after this. So understand, having these issues don't make you weak. You're trying to figure out ways to stay regulated. And here's a quick example. Just last week, a friend of mine and I, she also has ADHD, went to a holiday concert. It's a place where we've both actually worked. We're both musicians. I worked there a long time ago, briefly. She worked there for years, quite a long time ago, and much more recently. And as much as I knew she wanted to go to the concert, she's good friends with the director. She also was a little nervous about seeing so many people because she knew she'd get overwhelmed with people wanting to stop and just say hi to her. They mean well, but it gets overwhelming for our ADHD brains to deal with all that. So sure enough, she stopped to talk to so many people. But at the end, as soon as the concert was over, she's like, I gotta go. I'm like, totally understand. I stayed behind because there were a couple of people I wanted to see that weren't friends of hers. And so I was able to do that. And she just took off, which I don't blame her. It was a lot. Next, let's talk about some of the emotional intensity that comes up this time of year. The holidays can really bring up certainly nostalgia, grief, as you're missing people or pets. I'm going to be missing my pet Remy this year because it's my first Christmas without him in many years. And we're often comparing and expectations. That Norman Rockwell picture. I love Norman Rockwell. He's got really cool pictures, but some of those, they're so idealized. It's not what most of our families really look like. And so trying to, be happy when you're not and allow your real feelings to come through, but not spoil everybody else's holiday as well. It's a challenge. And sometimes our emotional sensitivity dimmers don't work so well. So find some ways to create some steadying rituals, just little grounding practices. And if you have to, duck into a bathroom or a hallway or get out of the space for a minute, or do it in your car before you walk in. Put your hand on your heart, take a couple of slow breaths, square breathing. And for those of you who are listening to me, I'm going to describe what I'm doing on YouTube. Put 2 fingers together, usually, around your face or chest height. I have to do this kind of high because of my microphone. And I'm going to breathe. I'm going to let's do it this way. I'm going to create a square with my fingers. So out, down, together, and back up. And then I'm going to add breathing to it. So I'm going to breathe in, I'm going to hold, breathe out. Do that a few times. It's really helpful. Some people do really well having a comforting phrase, I am enough. Sometimes it helps just to get some fresh air. Step outside for just 60 seconds. Take a couple of breaths. Look at some trees. Look far away. These can keep your emotional temperature from boiling over. It's really helpful. Next, I'd like to talk about time compression. So much happens so fast. All these holidays happen in basically a 6-week window, maybe 2 months if you start with Halloween. I've got friends who do. And you take a year's worth of tasks and cram them together. And that pace shift can really mess with us when we really need structure and consistency. During this time, sometimes our routines collapse. Our sleep suffers. Our eating gets weird. Oh my gosh, I've been doing really well this year. And all of a sudden, I've got chocolate and popcorn all over the house. And I'm eating way more than I usually do. Or than I usually do now. Not as much as I used to do, though. Everything feels urgent. You've got all these new deadlines. Everything feels behind. But I tell you, it's not that your energy is broken. This is a crazy, impossible timeline. So my suggestion is try to figure out one thing that you can hang on to so that you don't get too dysregulated. You're not trying to I'm going to make a few suggestions here. Don't pick all of them. Pick one. Drink water. Make sure you eat a solid breakfast, maybe. Take 5 or 10 minutes at the end of the night to tidy the house so that it looks better the next day. Make sure you have a consistent bedtime. Take time to dim lights and put away electronics for a while. And again, don't feel like you have to do all those. Choose one that'll work for you, because one protected routine will help stabilize other things in your life. Next, one of my favorite topics, because it's what I deal with a lot, decision fatigue. There are so many things you need to decide this time of year. And it, again, becomes overwhelming. So what am I doing here? Do I need to buy this? Who am I seeing? What do I need to bring to this event? Should I go to the party at all? What if somebody there gets upset? What if I get upset? Am I finding meaning in this time of year? Is this enough? By the time you've thought through the task, your brain's already run 5 laps. So think about what kind of decisions do you need to make? If you're not sure, it's maybe better to say no. Simplify your gift giving. Go back to my hacks episode for that. If an event requires a bunch of steps to do, maybe it's time to skip it. Limit how many outings you have per week. Unless you play piano professionally. It is what it is. So pre-deciding some of those things are not rigid. It's compassion for yourself. I'll give one that I've been really having a tough time making a decision on. There's an event that I'd really like to do. Frankly, it's this weekend. It would be 2 mornings, Saturday and Sunday. And I'd really like to go, but I'm looking at everything I still have on my plate. And I just don't think I can do it. I don't think I have the energy. So I'm skipping this year. It's unfortunate, but I hadn't committed myself. So it's okay for me to step away. I haven't actually said yes. The next section is about energy mismatch. Holiday vibe, it's fast, it's loud, it's social, it's busy, and it's a lot of just, here we go. And our ADHD vibe, often it's much more inconsistent. It's more sensitive. It needs more rest. It needs more downtime. It needs more thought process. And the solo vibe, again, doing lots of things with just one brain. Understand, the season is just mismatched to how our brains work. It's okay to step away when you need to. So understand, take a breath. You're exhausted not because you're weak or lazy or unprepared. You're exhausted because this season triggers every ADHD lever all at once. It's like somebody going to the elevator and hitting all the buttons. We're dealing with sensory, emotional, physical, logistical overload. And as a solo person, we're doing it on our own. Understand, you haven't failed. This is the neuroscience of how your brain functions. Take a breath so that you don't feel so much overload. So understand, you're not imagining that exhaustion. You're not overreacting. Your nervous system is carrying a lot more than it usually has to carry. Take some time. Lower the bar. Slow the pace. Opt out when you need to. It's okay. Rest when you can. And try to find some joy. Because if you take care of yourself, you can make room for the joy and the happiness that are what we want from the holidays to begin with. All right. Next week, we're going to switch gears a little bit. And I want to talk about something I call mantras, or it's actually been suggested to me that I call them Christinisms lately. It's not like little words like I am enough to get you through a tough time. These are little sayings that I use, and I've used them a lot in work. I've used them in my social life. I've in my personal life as well, as things that I believe, and I have them down so that they're instantly accessible to me. And it's really done some great in my life. And I really suggest that you consider, as we're getting towards the new year, this is something that I think is fun to do in the new year that's not really like a resolution, but is a way of grounding yourself in things that you believe. So we're going to talk about that in episode 26. But again, thanks for coming. I'm Christine Dunning. I'm a Master Certified Life Coach. And this has been episode 25 of A Solo Person's Guide to ADHD. Take a breath. Enjoy the holidays as best as you can. You're doing beautifully, my friend. I promise. And you're not as alone as you think. I'll see you next episode.